Hey, my name is Chad. This video, we're going to try and do something a little bit fun, and hopefully this is going to work out today. Just to record everything, this is Sunday, and it got really cold here in southwest Oklahoma. So currently I'm just down getting some prep work done, and I've already lost the sun. It's just not a good day for what I have planned. So I'm going to get it all prepared. And tomorrow should be a little bit warmer. At least the wind chill is not going to be below freezing like it is right now. And hopefully we'll have a little luck pulling this off tomorrow. But what I've got in mind, and I don't know if I haven't tried this before, but it kind of just came to me a couple weeks ago, and spent Thanksgiving getting a little groundwork done. So we're going to give this a try. But I went ahead and got my my Texas Star down from kind of my pistol and zero area, and built up a little more backstop here. Just spent some time with the binoculars, got it angled right to my shooting position out there at the edge of the field. So measuring it, we're right about 495 yards. So this is definitely going to be a considerable challenge to try and run a Texas Star with a bolt action from almost 500 yards away. So what I'm thinking is I've got the angle already set, so we should be pretty straight on with it. My plates have been rather beat up. I haven't really messed with my Texas Star for quite a while. So my kind of idea right now is I'm just going to get the rest of the preparations done, and really on this it's just going to be getting the plates mounted and then taped up, not doing any taping on here. Get the plates on, and then I'm going to get them spray painted so they're nice, bright, hopefully able to see them easily. So I forgot to bring my tape measure. I'm not sure if these are 8 or 10 inch plates, but I'll bring that out tomorrow so we can make for sure before we do this. Just looking at them, I'm thinking these are 8 inch plate. Yeah, so they're a little smaller than this plate that I use over here next to my my KYL rack. Okay, I forgot I actually brought all my gear because I was hoping it was not going to be quite as cold as this, and I could set up one of my lights and run it in the dark, but I'm going to default on doing this today just because of the temperature. But I do have a tape measure, so let's just get an idea here. So side to side, these are 8 inch plates. So that other one must be a 10 inch for sure. I mean, this is going to be a challenge, an 8 inch plate. And the thing to remember about a Texas Star, so if you're not familiar with a Texas Star, the idea is once you hit a plate, they are spring load mounted on the back, so it's going to fall off, and then everything starts moving. And as more plates fall off, the angle gets off more, and it's going to start spinning faster and faster, and you either have to wait a long time for a plate to pause, or take your shot and try to catch it while it's pausing in between changing directions. So there's a couple different ways to do it. I don't recall that I have ever even attempted it with the rifle. I've done it a few times with the shotgun, but mostly this is always a run it with a pistol. So totally going to be a new thing for me. Figure while I'm here, might as well get both sides. I will say one thing, the Shoot Steel branded target paint is absolutely the best target paint that I have come across. This is the stuff that you can get like at Academy. What's this from? Birchwood. I think it's Birchwood Casey. So I mean, it's better than regular spray paint, but it is definitely not at the level of that heavy lead. I believe it's what makes the Shoot Steel branded stuff so much better. Like, I can see this is runny. Probably doesn't help that it's so cold, but this is definitely going to be better than nothing. So we're going to take it. All right, so now we have much brighter targets to aim at. That's going to be good. I'm definitely losing the light now, and my face is starting to get very, very cold. I think it's wind chill around 27, 26 right now. If you follow me for a little bit, you know I'm really miserable when it gets cold. So heated gloves, at least keeping my fingers warm, but my face is starting to hurt. If it's going to be like this tomorrow, I will be slightly more bundled up, but I got to get used to this time of year. So going to have a few months of matches in the cold, so time to start getting a little bit acclimated to it. But preparations are done. I'm angled in a good direction, should be straight on with my target. I'm going to set up, and I've actually listened to a couple of my comments, so I will have a target cam that I'll set up down here, and we'll be able to see that hopefully through the trigger cam as well, if it still has got any charge on the battery. And I don't know, we're just going to have fun. So this is a little bit of an off weekend after Thanksgiving, and super cold, so I don't want to be out here for too long, but I do want to have a little bit of fun this weekend. So all right, we'll see how this whole thing goes. Hey, now it is Monday and we are back at this. So quick review, I might cut out some of what I filmed yesterday, but right behind me here I have got my Texas Star. I moved it down from the pistol area. We've got 8-inch plates. I freshly painted them, so I should be able to see them pretty well. So the plan is we're going to go back and see if I can run the Texas Star from 500 yards. Technically, I think it's about 495, 496, somewhere around there. So it's a brighter day, a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Not by much, but just enough. A little bit over freezing, so I'll take this. We'll get all set up and see how this goes. I'm trying to put everything in my favor. I actually set up over here a little wind flag, and I keep meaning to use it, so I just set it up. We'll see if it actually works, but ideally I'll be able to see if the wind's doing anything different down here than it is out there at the road. So let's get into this and see how we do. We're gonna give this a try. I've run the Kestrel. It's giving me 2.34, so I'm just gonna start with 2.3. And my wind is actually giving me 0.24 to the left, so I've got mostly a headwind here, but it is coming at a little bit of an angle, so I'm going to be adjusting a little bit to the left. I've got a rifle all set up here, and my hands are cold, so I'm trying to keep them in gloves. Ideally, I've got everything set here. What I'm going to do now is hop in my truck, run down there, set up a GoPro so we can try and have a closer view of this. If I'm able to pull it off, start that recording, and then run back up here, and we'll try to run it pretty quickly. I've got a couple loaded up in a mag already. I'm going to take a couple warm-up shots just to get some heat in the barrel, and then I'll start at the Texas Star. So I have no idea how this is going to go, but it'll be fun if nothing else. It is cold. I've got camera running down there. We're just going to run it. I checked the wind again. It's died down a little bit. So I tried to get trigger cam. Forgot I did not put my card back in it. So we're going to have to just run off of what I got here. And hopefully I got everything running down there with the GoPro at the target. It's kind of go time. I am more or less just going to see if I'm hitting close to where I need to be. And I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. But if I can pull it off so that I can actually get hits on this thing, that's just going to be insane. Alright, so we're just going to go for my T-post target back there right now. I've not fired since the match, so make sure everything's kind of working right. Okay, so that one hit a little bit low, kind of to be expected, cold bore shot. So you know what, let's just run it. I'm gonna get on the plates and run it. I've got a shot timer here. I was curious how long it takes me to get all 5. All right, here we go. Okay, and we're going for the first one. Got it. Nope. Got two. I'm gonna have to wait for that. Tried to time it on the move. Dang. Okay. I did not load up enough. Still a few more in here. Got 3 plates left. I've only got 2 so far. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll see what happens with 8 more. 8 more for 3 plates. Still moving. Got one. Oh boy, this one's going to be tough. Okay. There's a little more. So I'm waiting a little bit too long. This one's going to be real hard. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Have to wait for it to slow down a little. Yeah, trying to time it is not a good plan. Try one more on the right side. Nope. Waiting game now. Okay. Right there. Got it. Okay. That took entirely more shots than I wanted it to. I got one left out of those that I just loaded up. Okay, so that took, last shot, 155 and 7.9. So just over 2 minutes, and I had to reload and like legit reload, like reload the magazine. Probably should have thought of that, but I don't know, first try. It's kind of fun, and definitely is going to take a little more tweaking just to get the timing down. So you probably see it, but I was trying to time it so like I would fire here while the plate is coming down to it, but it was moving too fast, and I would go after the plate had already left and go in between the arms. So not the best approach, but I don't know, it's kind of fun. Hey, if you're the kind of person that gets a crazy idea and you can't quite get it out of your head until you actually try it, go ahead and get subscribed right down below there, because every now and then I get a thought like this and it just stays stuck in my head until I move a Texas Star a couple hundred yards, put it in a different position, build the new backstop for it, and then get out in the freezing cold weather to attempt to run it. So stick around. You never know when one of these kind of videos is going to pop up, but we do like to have fun over here. Okay, got down here. I think I've actually got the footage from the GoPro, so it looked like it recorded. Obviously, you'll know that by now if I've put that over so you can see how it all went. So I'm down here, going to throw the targets back on just to finish the day off. And, you know, looking back at it, last shot at 155 seconds. So, you know, not a speed run by any means. If you could tell from there, what I was waiting on was the last plate was swinging from here, like all the way around, and then just trying to wait for it to come back and get into about this position so it could change direction and not be a complete disaster. But one thing that to do this right, I'm going to have to come out here and kind of redo this backstop. I didn't have very much space over here, so I wasn't taking any shots on this side of the Star. I was only shooting over here because I knew I had a good backstop behind the plates over here. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, that last one I was waiting for it to go from here and then swing all the way around to here and try to time it when it was getting right there, and boom, shot. But it kept rolling up high enough that it was over the top of the berm, so I was waiting for it to get lower so that if I did miss, which I had already missed a couple times, so I knew it was possible, I would be going into the berm. So not too bad, I don't think, for my first attempt at it, but definitely need to make a few tweaks to the setup here to make it, you know, really good and functional for future attempts. But it was a lot of fun, and that definitely counts for something. Let me know, please, down in the comments. Do you like seeing kind of just fun stuff like this, where it's not as serious about a reloading topic or match reviews, things like that? I try to sprinkle in some fun ones like this, but there's only so much time, and I run out of ideas at times. But this one would be cool with the KYL rack over there. It would almost be an excessive challenge to try to run the Texas Star, and then after you've got yourself amped up from doing that, have to move position and go over and run the KYL rack. That would be a massive massive challenge. So I don't know, might come obviously probably more in the spring when hands are a little warmer. I can definitely feel the temperature getting to me today. I'm trying to warm them back up a little bit with heated gloves, but I'd definitely let them get a little too cold. So just to do another little review now that I got all the plates back up. So this one I got kind of on the edge. I don't know what order I hit these in. This one I got a little closer to the center right there. This one got him right here, so a little off center. That one pretty close to the center. And this one here, I really got lucky there. Edge hit that guy, but still I've got a solid hit on it. So total, it looks like I would say 2 were close to the edge, and then 3 of them were closer to the center. I mean, the target's moving, and it's not moving in the same plane. So like on a spinner, the target's moving back and forth, but it's moving in the same direction as your shot. So really your timing comes down to keeping its momentum up and not stopping it as it's coming forward. You don't want to hit it and stop the momentum. But if you time it too late, your shot will go underneath it if the plate rises up and you're aiming at the lower part of the plate for when it's down on its downswing, or upswing really. But on these, your target's moving side to side. So you've got to time of flight, plus it changing direction and possibly not being at the place that you thought it was when you pulled the trigger. So I found this was definitely a lot more critical for waiting. So what I figured out, I would have to wait for the plate to come up to a certain point before the weight started to change its direction, and then know about where it's going to be on the next time it moved and try to come get it right as it's changing direction. I think if I got a little bigger berm, I'll be able to time that a little better. This time I just had to wait a little bit too long. If I went out and try to chase it, and like, if I know the plates are moving this direction and I try to shoot here to time it so the impact is when the plates passing at the same plane, I would miss and go in between the 2 plates. So timing it while it's moving, even knowing what direction it's going to be moving in, still got very difficult. So timing it to catch it at the change of direction. So coming up, slows down, pause, and then starts to change direction. That short pause, that's when best time is. If you can crack off the shot like right as it's coming up to its final point before changing direction, by the time it starts moving again, your bullet should be down there and hopefully get an impact. Well, I think that's really all I got for this one. I had a lot of fun doing this. Please let me know if you want to see more. Like, should I practice this a little bit and try to do better at it and show off that result? Do you want to see me try to integrate it with some other stuff here, do some more moving and bump up the difficulty level? Although this is really difficult, but definitely going to get the Bobcat down here, or skid steer. It's a John Deere, but you know what I mean. Get skid steer down here and kind of beef up my little backstop. Tweak it just a little bit to make it a little better, and then we're definitely going to try again, because this was a lot of fun and definitely a challenge. I went through quite a bit more ammo than I thought I would, but I've got to get through that so I can get it all prepped and reloaded for the next match in December. That's going to be fun because it's going to be cold. Well, I'm going to get out here before I totally lose the sun. Thank you very much for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. Just having a little bit of fun out on the range. If we can't have fun, what's the point of doing all this? So I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends and family. I do hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.